Hey everybody, that's Mrs. Slothrs in case you forgot what my face looks like. Mr. Slothrs and I have been having a pretty rough couple of days. As everybody knows, just the other day, Roe versus Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court. And usually on this channel, we don't dive into, the politics. I'm gonna take these off because of the glare. We try to keep it a happy-go-lucky environment, a place where our viewers can go to escape reality and to live in the moment and, enjoy themselves for a minute. But this is something that we can't keep quiet on. We really can't. And me, especially as a woman, I can't. Because this not only affects myself, it affects my daughter, it affects my sisters, my nieces, my cousins, my aunts, my friends. It affects a lot of women in my life. But it also affects a lot of men as well. And I don't think that's one of the things that many people realize. But pretty much what Roe versus Wade was the right, what everybody is deeming it as, is the right to have an abortion. When in reality it's so much more than just abortions. It's so much more than just killing babies. It was the right to privacy for healthcare for women. It was our right to choose how we deal with the health of our bodies. But so many people, more than half, have made it more about killing innocent babies than anything. I'm more of the, if that's what you want to do you, boo. I'll support you. Granted, there are some women out there who do use abortions as a form of birth control, but that's their choice. But now that Roe versus Wade has been overturned, it's opening the door for so much more. Now it's, if you go to the doctors and they ask about your last period and you don't have one, they find out you're pregnant, you come back in a couple of months and you're not pregnant, that's considered a felony now in most states. And for myself, a woman who has fertility issues, and so many other women who have fertility issues, we don't always have periods monthly. So if we go to the doctor's with period 1 month, and then the next month we don't, and the next month after that we don't, but then month 4 we do, they're going to suspect us of having an abortion. And we're going to go to jail. That's what Roe versus Wade protected. Now they're considering banning forms of contraception, which is birth control, Plan B, any form of birth control, whether it's the Depo, the pill, IUDs, Plan B, but it's okay for men to still continue to buy Viagra. If a woman were to have gotten pregnant, if my pregnancy would have been an ectopic pregnancy, where the fetus develops in your fallopian tubes instead of in your uterine wall, that's a life-threatening condition. The mortality rate of that is 90% if it's not fixed. That's considered an abortion because it has to be surgically removed from your body. There's no viability in it. There's no taking the egg out of your fallopian tubes and planting it into your uterus. No. Roe versus Wade protected that. And now we're putting the life of something that doesn't even have a viable heartbeat yet, or even detected yet by a home pregnancy test or a doctor, above a woman who's still here, who could possibly, potentially, have the chance to have another baby. Our bodies will naturally attack the fetus if it feels like something is wrong and foreign with it, which results in a miscarriage. And you'd have to prove that it was a natural miscarriage instead of a forced one. But you'll still be charged with a felony. That's what Roe versus Wade protected. It's so much more than just women walking into a clinic not wanting to be pregnant. It's going after the women who wanted to be pregnant, but our bodies just wouldn't allow us. That's telling the 13-year-old little girl, oh, well, your uncle did that to you and now you're pregnant. That sucks. But it's a blessing. It's not a blessing. Roe versus Wade protected so much more than just the right to have an abortion and to, pop in and out like you're going through a Starbucks. It protected all women, whether we wanted pregnancies or not. The fact that my unborn son has more healthcare rights than me and my daughter is insane. Animals have more basic healthcare rights than women do right now. Guns have more rights than women do right now. But the fact is that if something were to go wrong with my pregnancy right now, which, knock on wood, it doesn't, I would go to jail because my body felt something wasn't right with my baby. A baby that I want, that me and my husband have tried for 4 years to have. 4 years. But I wouldn't be able to grieve the loss of my son because I would be too worried about whether or not the state police would come for me. Not only that, Roe versus Wade is now opening up the doors for so many other things to be overturned. I had to be on birth control in order for my fertility meds to work, and when they didn't work, I had to be on birth control to stop the side effects of my fertility meds. My daughter won't be able to get on birth control if it gets banned, which means I'm gonna have to worry every day about whether or not my daughter's gonna come home telling me she's pregnant at a young age. Whether it was consensual or not between her and the boy, my daughter won't have the options to whether or not she wants to go through with it. I don't want that for her. Me and my husband have fought for the last 4 years to protect my daughter from being already so traumatized by this world that now that we thought we made my daughter safe and got her out of a bad situation, now I have to feel fear for her future more than I already was. Because, sending her to school isn't scary enough as it is. Sitting here worried about whether or not she's gonna make it home from school. But, who cares about the kids that are here as long as the babies are, right? But not only with the talks of contraception getting banned, they're now talking about going after gay marriage again. I have many friends and family that's part of the LGBTQ plus communities. And now I fear for them. They've finally had a chance to be happy and be able to love who they want to love. And it's being taken away. That's not fair. That's not right. Not only that, there's also talks of making interracial marriage illegal. That's my parents' marriage, my dad and my stepmom. That's mine and Mr. Slothrs' marriage. That's my daughter's future marriage. That's my son's future marriage. It's so much more than just the babies. So much more. This is opening a portal to literal hell for all of us. And the one thing that really bothers me about it is the fact that we're supposed to have separation of church and state. And we don't. We don't. Because God is overruling decisions that men should not be making for women. At all. At fucking all. Because no man controls me. Or my uterus. Or my body. No man will ever control my daughter again. My son will not control a woman and tell her what she can and cannot do with her body. Will not. My nephews will not control a woman. Just because men can't control their own lives doesn't mean they get to control ours. God is not supposed to be in the state. You can believe in God all you want. You can pray to God, thank God, thank the heavens for this. But you're wrong. Because yeah, you're against abortions, and that's perfectly fine. That's your opinion. Keep your opinion and your religion out of my body. Keep your religion and your opinions out of my daughter's body. You worry about your own body. You do you. Don't tell me what I can do. Because as my husband has learned, you try to tell me to do something, I'm going to do the complete and total opposite. My parents learned that one as well. You tell me what to do, I ain't doing it. I wasn't raised to bow down to men. I wasn't raised to bow down to anybody. Yeah, I was raised in both Catholic and Christian churches. But there's a reason I stopped believing. Is because I'm not going to change my viewpoint to make other people happy. Because you can fuck straight off. But because people felt that the Constitution didn't protect Roe versus Wade, our basic human rights and healthcare information is getting violated and stripped away from us. Our 14th Amendment no longer protects women at all. There's just so many emotions that can't even grasp one. There's anger, there's fear, and then there's just being pure upset. We just overturned Roe versus Wade, and we're banning now in the talks of banning contraceptions, which will in turn force women to have unwanted pregnancies. How is that okay? How? That's so many more children going into the foster care system. Half of which, not even sure it's half, where children get just as abused in foster care. Just as abused. Or those kids don't end up going into the foster care, but they end up still getting abused and neglected and treated like absolute shit because the parents don't want them here. Where the mothers are forced to be mothers, but the fathers can walk away scot-free as if their child don't exist. When are we going to start holding men accountable? But it should all be on the woman. We should not be sluts and whores, and we should just keep our legs closed. It's that situation until your child comes home, anywhere between the age of 10 and 16, and tells you that some man forced his weight between her legs. And now she's pregnant. And it doesn't matter what man it is. It could be a full-grown man, it could be her boyfriend, it could be some random kid at school, coworker. It can even be creepy Uncle Lester. Are you gonna tell her she should have kept her legs closed? Or that she shouldn't have been a slut? No, because you're gonna be angry and you're gonna find every way to help your baby. Sex isn't just for procreation. And if you think it is, then I'm sorry, but you must have a very, very, very boring life. Because sex is so much more than just creating a life. It has health benefits as well. But again, why should women be held responsible? When will men? This country is making it to where women are forced to be parents when we can't even have formula on the shelves to feed the kids that are here. Let alone keep the ones that are here alive while in school. Let's help protect the babies. You guys are, everyone, not you guys, but everyone is all, well, we have to save the babies, protect the babies. But once the babies are here, the moms get shamed for needing help. For needing help with healthcare, daycare, school. They live on government assistance but get shamed for that. Because how dare she need food stamps and WIC? But those of you who are, thank God abortions are banned, where are you? You're not out there fostering and adopting. You're not willing to help this mom. You're not willing to help babysit, carpool, bring her meals. This country cares more about children before they even have a life of their own. We need to make a change, and we're not going in a very good direction at all. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Slothrs would agree with me that if you can't see how wrong this is and you're only focusing on the one thing you think Roe versus Wade was about, there's no room for you in the Slothrs community. You can stick around, you can continue to watch videos and support the channel, but there's no room for you here. Because it's so much more than just about killing babies. It's basic human rights for the women that are here and living. It's basic human health rights for the young women who are being born into this world. That are here in this world currently. That now get to suffer. Because of your God. We have to do better in this, isn't it? Because we're going completely backwards. And I could tell you guys right now, I won't go silently.